I've just finished recommissioning this Austin A30 Academy car. It was originally built around about 2015, but never actually raced. So it was built exactly to Academy spec, with a sealed engine, all the right suspension, brakes, colour scheme, interior, roll cage, safety equipment, everything. But it never actually raced. It was then bought by a museum in Scotland, and it stayed in that museum for best part of 10 years, until I had a customer contact me who wanted to buy an Academy car for fun road use, and it was cheaper to buy a ready-built car than to build one from scratch. So consequently bought this car, but it did need quite a lot of work on it to get it back up to road going specification again. So what we'll do, we'll look at some of the details on it that make it an Academy car, and we'll discuss some of the little jobs that needed doing to make it suitable for everyday use. Not that you'd use it every day, but for fun. So let's have a little look closer. Under the bonnet is the very familiar A series engine, but not the 803cc version with about 30 horsepower that would have come out the factory in this car in 1954. It's a very early car. 71 years old as we are making this video. So what we have here is the sealed Classic and Modern Engine Services 1275 Marina type engine, which has been lightly breathed upon. It has a balanced crank, light and flywheel, fairly mild camshaft, unleaded, very late spec, larger valve cylinder head. It runs an HIF 44 carburetor with a performance inlet manifold, a tubular exhaust manifold, Alden competition distributor, oil cooler. Because this is a Marina type engine, we have an outlet plate there rather than the oil filter, because it gets a little bit close to the chassis. Under the bonnet we'll also see that we've got an aluminium radiator. Some of the jobs I had to do were put a windscreen washer kit on it, get all that working again, put a horn on the car because that wasn't on there, didn't have anything because it was going to be a race car. And there is the official HRDC chassis plate. This car was sanctioned as number 047, and I have the still keep all the records of all the cars that were built, bearing in mind there were best part of 60 cars built overall, and you can go on to YouTube and find that terrific race at Goodwood where they all took part and had a lovely time in the wet on the Saturday and in the dry on the Sunday. So that's the under bonnet area. Let's have a look at some of the other parts now. We've got the race type mirrors. It has polycarbonate windows all round, and it actually features a heated front windscreen on this car as well. It runs 2 Cobra bucket seats, which are exactly what we used to use on the Academy cars, simply because the cars are so narrow with the roll cage in, you could only get a particular seat to fit, and this one does the job nicely. We've mounted it on runners so that you can move them backwards and forwards. This is all part of the pedal box. As you can see, the pedals come down from up above and sit in a normal position that you would get on a normal car. They have to run original type trim to make it look like a proper car, basically, rather than a messed about with hot rod. Race battery on the floor over there. The speedo didn't work, we had to get all that working. It's got the auxiliary dashboard with a stack rev counter and an oil pressure and water temperature gauge. simple instruments, full cage. We've removed the door bars on this time to make it easier to get in and out of for road use. You don't really need door bars to climb in and out of when you're going down to Tesco's, or if you can afford it, Waitrose. So that's what we're looking at on the inside. We'll have a little chat about some of the suspension now. The Academy suspension features a 3/4 inch anti-roll bar kit with all mounting blocks, all specifically made just for these cars. It's running disc brakes directly from a midget type spec with different stub axles and kingpins so that you can run the discs on it. 600-pound front springs on it, uprated lever arm shock absorbers all round on the car. At the back it runs a very soft rear spring, because you need a soft spring to actually get the power down on the car. It also features a panhard rod kit to keep the axle in place, stop it moving side to side. Also, while you're under there, you can see the performance exhaust system, which is not loud. It sounds really nice, not loud at all, but it works brilliantly and perfect for road use as well. Competition half shafts, you can tell they are that because of the big nut in the middle. Don't believe what anyone tells you about some midgets having a stronger half shaft. They're all useless. Even with the 90 horsepower that these engines put out, you'll snap a standard half shaft at the most inopportune moment. As you can see, it sits quite low. It's fine for everyday road use. It doesn't like sleeping policemen particularly, but that's just part of the joy of owning a 70-year-old race car. Not much more to see. Little bit in the boot. It runs a competition alloy fuel tank, 6-gallon electric fuel pump. You'll see the spare wheel well has been removed. That's because of the exhaust silencer sitting underneath there. Got the car MOT'd this week with no problems at all. It didn't need an MOT, but it's good to have one. Then you can say, well, it's all safe and sound, and you've got another person's opinion to look at it and verify that everything works as it should. All in all, the Academy concept was brilliant. The race series didn't last very long, but the parts that were fitted to those cars now live on in road cars. We do a lot of vans that people want to actually make the brakes work on them, so fit the pedal boxes and all the uprated brakes on them. Sometimes they want suspension to go with it, sometimes they don't want to do everything, just bits and pieces. But it's all available and you know where to get it from. Motor Build Racing. So thank you for watching my little video. I'm not going to say like and subscribe because it's very petty and juvenile. Anyway, thank you for watching, and enjoy our A30s and A35s.